Should have hit another hit. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants brought to you us by W Energy Drink. I suppose they're pay us or whatever. But we're here tonight with myself, Just Mike, and to my right, Bad Karma as always, Josh. And below us is the Smarker Strong Style, Phil. Now, there is big questions. And if y'all want to go way, way back, because we didn't do one last week, because I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I was exhausted. I was literally deathly exhausted. And I was like, you know what, we could do one Thursday night. And then I was like, you know what, why don't we postpone it to Friday night? And then I was like, screw that. We just go back to backs Tuesday and Wednesday. And everybody's like, good, that's the way to go. But y'all want to start?
But man, so much stuff happened. So much stuff happened.
Do y'all want to start back from 2 weeks ago, or do y'all want to go from what you remember and
Well, let's get what happened with Grand Slam over, since you want to get that out of the way, since you want to rant about it.
The only ranting I want to do about it, and like you said, no, I'm not even. And I even told you I'm not going to complain about the ring. I'm not going to complain about the ring. I understand the situation. I get it. Understandable. Still sucks, but I understand.
I mean, the only thing I could say is like they sent the dimensions to somebody out there, and somebody put it together in centimeters and inches. You know.
This is what I'm thinking. If WWE can send their own freaking ring to Australia and have it put up in their own arena and actually put up in a proper area, and you have all this time,
they're trying to be different.
But you have all this time in the world to promote this and to go there and have your people set up a week ahead of time, because they did, and have it shipped with your people and land there and then put it up. That's all I'm going to say about it. That's it. But fast forward to the matches, and then y'all explained that Buddy Matthews got injured. That's the reason why he didn't go over on Okada. Harley Cameron, however, is still kind of a bad taste in my mouth. I don't think she should have won, but they should have gave her a lot better spots and more room to shine, instead of like, oh yeah, Mercedes Moné has outclassed her the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. If you want these people who have signed with your company to be something in your company, make them relevant. Hell, like they did with Mike Bailey this past weekend on Collision. Vignettes.
They actually gave him a package promo. Mike Bailey looked. Even what's her face got a shout out from the commentary on New Japan Strong and GCW. What's her name?
I didn't see it. I just heard it.
Damn it. I forgot her name.
She's a wrestler.
Tiffany Strong. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
She's awesome though.
And we also have a I didn't even know this. Josh was watching CZW 26th anniversary that I didn't even know what was fucking happening on the 21st of this month.
Yes.
And all I can say,
God,
be honest, bro. Be honest. We are not being, dude. If we sugarcoat bullshit, then we sugarcoat bullshit. And
I even heard they had some of the WWE ID prospects on that show.
What, on the CZW?
Yes.
No, there was no prospect. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna hold no bullshit back on this. It was a horrible show. I got maybe just about 3 matches deep, and me and my buddy could not watch anymore. It was just so horrible. It looked like it was in a hotel lobby. There could have been no more than 50 people there. The ring set up. I mean, I just set everything back up here. Let me demonstrate.
Bye, Cactus.
Bye, Cactus. See, this is the ring. See, that's the entrance right there. It was a close
action figure, not a ring entrance.
Yeah, well, shut up. Anyway, it was like that. Hard camera facing this way. No crowd on this side.
Hey, was there any crowd on the entranceway coming in?
No crowd on this side. No crowd behind the camera. All the crowd was out of view of camera. The only people I saw was like, I guess there was hotel in rooms up top on the second floor, and you see people hanging over the balcony. The wrestling was just garbage. And I'm sorry, Tarzan Duran. I know you watch our show. I really wanted to watch your match, but it was me and my buddy could not get through anymore. It was just so horrible. I mean, it was just poorly produced.
Poorly
Man,
shot.
hell, they had Hall of Fame ceremony for two people, and they looked like they got the plaques from like a bowling alley or some shit like that, you know.
Well, I mean, that's normal for that. I think.
Yeah, but you know, but honestly, it was just such a horrible. It was just such a horrible show. And Tarzan, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to watch your match. I'm gonna try to see if I can watch your match real soon, and I'll give you my review of it tomorrow. All right, I promise that. But watching it live, I could not.
Fantastic Mania.
I mean, it was so bad. This is how bad it was. My buddy called the company that did the pay-per-view and everything. Said he wanted his money back. They asked him why he wanted his money back, and said,
Damn right.
He literally typed, "Not enough light tubes."
Get your horns and cowbells ready for Fantastica Mania. Kicks off in a few hours live.
And yeah, and they
got New Japan
money back.
New Japan and CMLL. I wonder if we're gonna see Hiromu Takahashi come up with that theme song where he just you remember what I'm talking about? Where he can come out with his heavy metal.
Anyway, random Phil thought. T-shirt coming soon. But anyways, yeah. But that was my take.
That'd be fucking awesome.
But yeah, that was my review. It's like Tarzan. I swear, I'm gonna watch your match. I'll give you my review tomorrow. But
yeah, because we're gonna be live tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, it's like we just. It was so horrible. And they said this whole we heard the rumor it is like sold 300 tickets. I'm like, where?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
got
what I was saying before I was interrupted and everything.
We got a new T-shirt for you, Phil. It says "Random Phil Thought." T-shirt coming soon.
But I was talking about he's coming out as a character. Like he's talking about Hiromu Takahashi's character.
Uh-huh.
He comes out with his own, since his song is censored, he just did and he's just like he's coming out as his Lucha Libre his luchador alter ego.
Cool.
But what else? What else? But yeah, it was just a horrible review. Horrible.
I did watch the Jersey J Cup nights 1 and 2.
Okay.
Who won?
I'm not telling you.
Well, fine. I'll watch it for myself then.
All I can say is this: I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. I want everybody to watch J Cup. Yes, it was amazing.
Last year's was great, especially with Masha Slamovich winning. Plus, they had the great Sasuke there.
Yeah, well, you know, great Sasuke.
It's amazing. It's amazing he can still do all those moves for a guy his age.
And he's amazing, dude. He's an amazing athlete and an amazing talent and an extremely nice person. I will say this: watching that show made me have hope for the young generation of wrestling coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this, and this is no knock on any company whatsoever, but whoever is booking Jack Cartwheel on the main three in the next 6 to 8 months is going to get a huge player. He has nothing but upside. He is
going signed with WWE with the ID program.
That don't mean shit. The ID deal means that they have what they call an agreement where they can offer him first. He don't have to take it. That's sort of like me coming to you and go, hey, man, I got this lucrative deal. I know you have other guys looking to try to sign you as well, but if you let me sign you to this, I'm going to give you the best opportunity I can to give you the best deal. You don't have to sign it, and you can go look elsewhere, but here's the best that we're going to give you.
So it's no guarantee.
Yeah, there ain't no guarantee. There's no guarantee in an NIL deal. There's no guarantee in an ID deal. It's about the same thing. That's all it is. And Evolve is supposed to have some of the kids that have ID deals running the Evolve, and everybody knows how that's going to turn out. Crazy. And I think Cartwheel is already scheduled to be on that show as well. I think he's one of the guys that's highlighted in that video montage.
It won't be as good as the original Evolve. That's all I can say.
No, nothing's always as good as the original stuff.
I mean, the original one had the original. I even watched that documentary about Evolve. Especially, it made me put on a different side on Austin Theory. It showed that he's straight edge too.
Well, I mean, not only that, I like Austin Theory as a human being.
He's a good human being. I like him as a person. I like the fact he's straight edge because of what happened to him. He grew up around the same environment. That group made him not want to drink or smoke alcohol, and I respect that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't.
I guess that's why him and Darby Allin got along great when they were both in Evolve.
When you're speaking about straight edge, this makes me think of vegans.
So
the views and opinions of Josh should not reflect the views and opinions of Phil and Mike.
Phil, that one's on you, buddy. I agree with Josh on that one.
He's like, I don't care. You're straight. Okay.
Hey, I have nothing against vegans.
I don't either, Phil, but it's sort of like this, man. Like, exactly. That's my point. There is nothing there. There's nothing there, dude. I mean, it's like it's a word.
It's like when a vegan talks about how they're vegan and everything, and they haven't, and then when they haven't said they're vegan.
Have you ever had vegan candy? Have you ever had vegan candy?
No, I haven't.
It's fucking terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Well, anyways, here's my little rant.
Thanks.
Speak.
All right. Apparently, like, I have nothing against what's his name, Hiroki Goto, beating Zack Sabre Jr. for the World Championship. But if you were to keep your younger talent, push the younger talent. But I understand this is probably Goto's last chance of winning a championship. They're probably going to push someone else, but I mean, they need, because in order to keep the stars, they need to keep, because a lot of people, there's a lot of New Japan fans that are really pissed off at AEW for poaching their talents. Like, but I guess I have friends that are afraid of them taking Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors.
I don't know if they're necessarily worried about that. I think this is what I gather from Gabe Kidd talking to other people in interviews. He joined New Japan Pro Wrestling to make a bigger name for himself outside of New Japan, just to see how well his stock and every other market would rise or fall or whatever. That's smart business planning for yourself. That's investing in yourself.
He's just upping his game. That's all he's doing. He's just trying to show who he is. You're right, and he always bashes AEW in his so he's New Japan all the way.
So did Ospreay. Ospreay did the same shit. But the thing is, though, Clark Connors is totally different, man. Clark Connors wanted to be New Japan because he respects the everything about it. Gabe Kidd is the opposite of that. He's betting on himself. He knows that he had a good friend of his get hurt, and they don't even know if he's going to be able to wrestle ever again. So he's like, I got to make money. I got to make money. I got to make money.
Hey,
and I have nothing but great things to say about Gabe.
both are trained by Shibata.
And if New Japan fucking drops the ball on Gabe's going to run to AEW, dude. I mean, it'd be stupid not to. Think about it for like this, for example, Phil. And I'm not a huge New Japan supporter right now, and I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes. My New Japan support has dwindled dramatically. But as far as being Gaijin over in New Japan, all these wrestlers that are from different parts of the world that are not native Japanese have came to New Japan Pro Wrestling for one thing and one thing only, to prove that every other freaking person around the world exists in Japanese pro wrestling. And as it states, as Naito and as a lot of other people have been stating, that, you know, if you're not Gaijin or if you're not Japanese, you can't really represent the title like we can. Ospreay did it. Omega's done it. Kurt Angle did it. Cody Rhodes did it.
He represented the U.S. heavyweight champion. Cody Rhodes never won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay. I'm sorry. ZSJ done it.
Omega's done it.
I already said Omega. You don't time jump me. But there's been a handful of, and Brock Lesnar's done it. But there have been
AJ Styles.
Yeah, AJ Styles. I'll watch that later, brother. And but that right there solidifies how much stock or how much promise they have in Gaijins holding their title. They don't have a whole lot of stock in Gaijins holding their title. They really don't. Flip over to the American side of that. We don't have any pride in letting Japanese hold a title. The only Japanese wrestler that's held any world title on television is Riho,
Asuka,
and Asuka.
And
Io Sky.
And Julia.
And well, that's the NXT title. That don't count.
Yes, it does.
The Great Muta.
Great Muta held WCW title.
It still counts for the world title.
We're talking the last century. Last decade.
But he was still over.
Yeah, exactly. That guy just our problem is that they can never keep them. But if they can keep that one person in that top, they had Omega for 5 years. They had Ospreay for 10. They've had AJ Styles for 4 years. They had a lot of. Jeff Cobb is still there. Zack Sabre Jr. is still there. ZSJ ain't leaving, dude. Everybody's like, oh, ZSJ is going to join AEW just like Ospreay, and it's going to tear the world down. No. Switchblade
ZSJ is a New Japan lifer.
Yes, and Switchblade is a whole different entity. The only reason they put the belt on Switchblade is trying to make the Bullet Club #1 again. That's the only reason they put the title on Switchblade, and they took it right off of him.
Feeling is still there, just can't break through though. I'm thinking Gabe Kidd is the next ZSJ contract is up actually.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, ZSJ ain't going nowhere. I mean, that'd be done for him to go somewhere. Dave Finlay is the reason he can't get over is the same reason Juice Robinson couldn't get over. And I hate to say this, they have no charisma. And everybody's like, oh, Juice is rock hard. He has all this charisma and he has a great character. His character is fucking terrible. He looks like a spazzed out wannabe Bruiser Brody. Sorry. Just going to say it like it is. But don't get me wrong. I like Juice Robinson. I think he's a great wrestler. I mean, even though I didn't like how him and Kevin Owens, when they first fought each other, he broke Kevin Owens' nose. And then Juice Robinson was fired or released right after that. Legitimately, that's exactly how that happened.
That's bullshit what happened.
Dude, it was legit. It was a legit hit. He knew what he fucking did.
Oh,
he shot on him because he knew Kevin Owens coming there was taking the spot, dude.
Yeah, apparently WWE don't like when you shoot on people.
Dude, they don't like it a lot. Hell, why do you think they fired Blair Davenport?
You mean B. Presley got fired for shooting?
No. Will Ospreay fired a gun, and she was just an innocent bystander.
Oh fuck!
Remember all that shit about he said about Triple H and all that shit?
Oh, you remember that pedigree he also did? That some guy dressed up as pedigree. That's the reason why she got fired.
Everything that happens, and people don't understand because him and her dated.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Who?
I did see the indie show where Will Ospreay had pedigree some guy named Triple H, and I think Triple H didn't like that.
Triple H don't like anybody showing any kind of hate towards WWE, and just like AEW don't like anybody showing any hate towards AEW. I mean, it's a 50-50 ordeal, man. I mean, it's sort of like me and you go to Burger King, we order a freaking Big Mac. Yeah, I want to order a Big Mac. You mean a Big King? Nah, Big Mac. This is McDonald's, right? No, Burger King. Oops.
Well, how about get a Burger King order a Royale with cheese?
You see what I'm saying, then, man?
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, exactly. CSJ has only been fully contracted since COVID, but he also worked there part-time during the seasons they needed him. Yeah. I mean, but Triple H was he was what he calls himself, not shooting. He was just
Did shoot on Ospreay first when he chose AEW over WWE, though. That is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can get butthurt. This is another example right now. CM Punk Monday night came out and said he is the devil. Why would he choose that? Why would he choose that whenever he wrestled a guy known as the devil in AEW? So is that taking a shot at MJF?
Maybe.
Why would you take a shot at someone that's going to bury you on the mic come Wednesday night?
I honestly, I got kind of confused about that because what was it? SmackDown, this recent past SmackDown,
which was terrible.
The Rock goes on a tangent about on Cody, saying he's like, I want this. I was like, you want a title shot? He's like, no, I want your soul. I'm like, okay, well, we got a kind of religious stuff here, but I'm like, all right. Then we come to Raw. Then CM Punk shoots that line as like, what's going on here? And then somebody said something on NXT tonight about like, as God is my witness. I'm like, I'm not bashing religion. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing it, but it's kind of awkward to see it right now.
Especially with all the shit going on in the world.
Yeah.
I agree. And I love how you did that. Yes. We're not going to go into that.
We're not bashing. It's just it was just awkward. So I'm like, what?
And what Rock is trying to get out of Cody, he wants him to go all in, as you can say, as being champion for TKO / WWE.
A corporate.
I mean, The Rock was corporate.
Make him go heel because a lot of people, because there's a lot of Cody fans that wanted him to go back to the heel he was back when he was in Ring of Honor and New Japan.
He wasn't a heel.
He was a heel,
dude. He was a gaijin in Japan. You are going to be booed. I don't care where you're from. If you're in Japan and you're American, you're going to get booed. And tell me one player that was over in Japan as a face. I'll wait. If you say Hulk fucking Hogan, I am kicking you off the screen for about 5 minutes.
I didn't say Hulk Hogan. I did not say that.
They booed Hogan in Japan, man.
No, they did not. Not in the 80s. They did not. They
or
cheered
the early 90s as well. He used to be because over there he was Ichiban Hogan.
Ichiban Hogan, man.
Well,
that was his gimmick.
If I remember every Japan match I seen him, he played like the big bully on Hogan.
All right. Vader and Bruiser Brody do not count, and I will tell you why. Vader turned down a lot of lucrative offers to come back and wrestle in the States, and he turned them down to work for New Japan. Bruiser Brody. Road Warriors, man, they were cheered everywhere they went. They're just like
Stan
Hogan.
Hansen.
Warriors.
Stan Hansen. He's big in Japan, and he's still loved in Japan.
Dude, That's like saying that Dr. Death Steve Williams was loved in Japan.
He was.
I take it back. I take this back. Name a person that is loved in Japan that wasn't a heel in the past 20 years. There we go. Since 2005. There you go. Now say one. Zero. Kurt Angle, booed.
Brock Lesnar booed. He's still booed today. They hate. A lot of Japan fans hate Brock Lesnar.
Young Bucks, booed.
Will Ospreay,
booed.
MVP first ever IC Intercontinental Champion. He was cheered.
Japan Intercontinental Champion or American?
New Japan. He was
New Japan.
IWGP Intercontinental.
That's after he left WWE and went over there and won the title.
Okay.
They cheered him. That's like saying they cheered freaking Sasha Banks when she showed up.
They did.
But then they completely went against her. They cheered her because she was there, and then she sucked, and they're like, "Oh my god, boo!"
Well, she blew a Hemi,
and then
in her first match.
That was later on. That was later.
Mox,
or is that second or third match or something like that?
John Moxley. Okay, let me rephrase it. Let me put this question out there a little bit easier so you can understand what I'm saying. Name somebody that wrestled in Japan. Japan. Wasn't a big name anywhere else. Went over there and was not booed. I'll wait.
Andre
Kingston, again, he wrestled on the indies. He's been on the indies since day one, since the 90s. Late 90s, actually. Early 2000s.
Abdul the Butcher.
Abdul the Butcher
was
not there 20 years. Eddie Kingston also got booed for a long time before he got cheered.
So.
True story. I'm talking about their very first time just showing up on a New Japan Pro Wrestling Stadium and going, "Hey, this guy, we're going to cheer him because he's American."
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Dear Jesus, no, not in the past 20 years.
He's been dead 20 over 20.
Big Boss Man. I'm just messing with you.
That's a bold-faced lie, and you and I both know it. You're trying to be funny with that, and I get it. That's a ha-ha statement. Eddie Kingston was not over since day one ever he went over to Japan. Negative. Go look up Eddie Kingston's very first match. They had no reaction to him because they didn't know who the fuck he was.
Wheeler Yuta.
Wheeler Yuta wrestled in AEW before he went to New Japan, Phil.
Actually, it was Ring of Honor.
Damn, we need that sound effect machine right now.
Wow. They cheered him and I booed.
You know what? I should have used the podcast station tonight, man.
We'll use it tomorrow.
All right, I'll give you Eddie Kingston. Name another? Jesus.
All right.
Do you see my point, though, is my point that I'm trying to make here is you have anyway, you really have no Gaijin going over there and becoming a big face over there. And whenever they do get that person and they do keep them for a minute, they end up losing them because of contract status, or WWE offers them some kind of lucrative deal they can't pass up, hence the Good Brothers, who have been released again. Yeah, we know. And they should be going to AEW to go there. And I'm telling you now, if AEW doesn't sign the Good Brothers, I have no faith in their company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and blow smoke at nobody.
Honestly,
we have a lot of issues.
Honestly, I would like them to, but you know what? Honestly, their roster
is bloated. It's bloated, dude.
I think they should go to New. I think they should go. They'll probably just go back to New Japan. They would
actually have to
AEW or something.
They would actually have to release some people just to make room for them.
I don't blame. You know what? Release Private Party. There you go. Done.
Well, they already did release some people already. Like they got I got Ricky Starks is gone, Miro's gone, and Malachi Black are gone. So perfect.
Not the people I'm talking about. People on television, Phil.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they don't get rid of the Outrunners. They're like those. Those guys are funny as shit.
I ain't worried about them. They need to get rid of Private Party. They haven't done it in the 3 or 4 or 5 years they've been there, and they're still.
They won the championship recently. Lost it, but you know.
I do hope eventually they get the belt off Mox. That's all I hope for.
I could care less, honestly. That whole storyline is, dude. That storyline sank. Okay.
Yeah.
The Hurt Syndicate came in. The Hurt Syndicate came in and sank their battleship, buddy. I could care less about that suitcase, briefcase, nylon robe,
the belt,
whatever. I could care less.
Get the belt off Mox. That's all I can say.
It still ain't gonna matter. You still got a diatribe of what the fuck going on after the fact. You got Edge going to hold the title for a hot minute, then Christian's going to hold it for a hot minute. It's going to play hot potato. Who's going to end up with a hot potato? Nobody, because nobody wants that shit when the shit goes down.
Jay White will get it and make it good.
Dude, that's like handing over to David Arquette and saying, hey, what can you do with this?
You're comparing David Arquette to Jay White.
Right now I am, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute.
How dare you?
You'll go with me in a minute. Trust me. I'm going to take you down a nasty rabbit hole, and you're going to hate me because you know I'm going to be telling the truth.
All right, then please enlighten me.
Okay, so right now you have a title that doesn't mean shit. Hence, WCW 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And you really want to put that title on Jay White. Here, David Arquette, please take our title and do something with it.
I think you can change some chicken shit to chicken salad.
Okay, cool. I love that analogy. I love your analogy, Phil. I love it so much, and I'm going to tell you how much it sucks right now. Because as soon as Jon Moxley drops that title to Edge, because they're going to play hot potato for about 5 fucking months, Edge is going to grab this hot potato and lose it the same very night to Christian. Christian's going to hold on to it a hot 1 month to the next pay-per-view, and MJF is going to crush his soul because Jeff Jarrett's going to win the title from freaking Christian, and then MJF is going to beat him that same night after Jim hits another hot potato. And then MJF is going to hold on to it for 2 months, and you have Adam Cole take it from MJF. And then after MJF loses to Adam Cole loses it 3 months later to his best friend, his so-called best buddy, Jay White. And what do you have? A steaming hot full of boo-boo. How did this elevate this into anything?
Why can't you just say shit?
Because it sounds worse.
Funny. Well, I actually do agree with Mike on this. So it's like, yeah, it's honestly with all the reports that TK had the meeting with Shane McMahon.
Why you picking nuggies while and candies while you're at it? What are you, 5 years old?
Yeah, the meeting that TK had with Shane McMahon, he should have took the deal with Shane McMahon to help him out.
All I can say is this, man. This is me not trying to rant, me not trying to carry on and give AEW too much shit. And the title isn't less relevant. It's irrelevant. It has the only title on AEW right now that means anything is what? And I'll give you both one answer.
The Women's Championship.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. That's because we expect no one's seen the belt in a while. Has it been put in?
It ain't about that. I could care less about seeing the fucking belt.
That story died. I agree. That story was getting stale and it died right when the Hurt Syndicate showed up.
It's like, hey, we got this badass shit going on.
They're supposed to be heels. They're supposed to be heels, and they're getting cheered.
Dude, make it make sense. I'm going to tell you something right now. The women's title in AEW means more than the men's heavyweight title. Some shit needs to change.
That's actually not a bad thing, though. I'm actually glad that the women's title's getting over, though.
Yeah, then
Think about what you just said, Phil.
and all the mess that's going on behind the stage. I mean, like, hell, the shit that went down at Grand Slam, we haven't really touched on that because we were kind of jumping all over the place. The shit that went down at Grand Slam, everybody was complaining about the ring. I'm gonna look at it like this: somebody in Australia built that ring, didn't read the directions right. But for what it was, the show was good. I know you had complained about some of the matches. I do agree with Harley Cameron that she should have went over a lot more. And
I did
you had a problem with Buddy Matthews' matches, how he was looking like a chump, but he actually hurt himself right before the match started. He literally, I mean, there is like actually
that's why he
camera
won
footage.
that.
Yeah, he like literally there's camera footage of him like literally doing something stupid on the ropes, you know, get him up top, going like that, jumping down, and you just see his ankle.
Well,
I hope he does. But in the all, I hope AEW does better though, and I really do hope AEW does better, you know, and fix the title.
you said that you're happy that the women's title is getting over. I am too, but are you happy?
It sucks. I know it just sucks that the AEW this title right here. I want to see it again.
I
want
don't
to mean something again.
I could care less. Dude, they can make that motherfucker made out of diamonds and platinum. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to think about it. Oh, cool. It's a shiny toy that somebody's going to put in another briefcase in about 6 months.
It's not going to be in a briefcase.
They really, and
I just hope something
really
changes where it doesn't end up playing hot potato.
They really need to hire some writers. They need somebody besides a coked out owner from wearing 5 different hats back there.
Honestly, the man is on a lot of speed.
Reviews, you know what? You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that man is like not coked out. Look at every fucking backstage interview.
This guy has ADHD.
Like this, wired up.
Yeah, I don't believe he's on cocaine, but there is a lot of narcotics in his system. I guarantee you.
He probably takes a lot of ADHD medication. Possibly.
TK is a problem. He is a problem, but the biggest problem TK has is not having faith in the people he hires.
Yeah,
that is the biggest problem he has.
Yeah,
now he feels like everybody's freaking CM Punk, and he should be worried about that because you never know who the next CM Punk will turn out to be. But right now, what you need to do is rein in the freaking crazy, put everybody in a fucking pot, and say, "Hey, this is what we need to do. This is our goal. This is our focus. Let's make this happen." Until this happens, none of you motherfuckers.
I can see why I think he got really fucked over during the CM Punk situation. He felt betrayed.
Well, I mean, he didn't do anything to stop it either, though, Phil.
Yeah, I agree with that. He didn't do nothing to stop it.
I mean, dude, everything you say, I'm not trying to bash it. I'm not. But everything you say, I'm giving you what happened. Oh, he went on that diatribe at that press conference and started Brawl Out 2022. I'm not trying to bash it. Right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
TK sat right there just like this, drinking coffee like it didn't even matter.
He was shocked. He didn't know what to say, though.
They asked him. And he was like, well, you know.
If anything, I would have stopped that live broadcast right because if you go back and watch it, it just cut right into CM Punk's rant. It was not as TK just sitting there, you know, introducing everybody, you know, here comes CM Punk. All I remember it was just like this live broadcast. It was like, hey, I don't have nothing to do with the motherfucker. I'm like, what did I miss? Nobody knew.
He was talking about Boom Boom, and then it went on to like EDP situation and how he didn't And no one even asked about the EVP situation. No one asked
Yeah.
about the Hangman Page situation. He just thought that, hey, I'm just going to sit here and rant. And that's cool and all.
And that part should have never went live.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how it should have went. When PCO did what he did to that title on GCW, they woo, all right, moving on. That's exactly what they should have done right there with CM Punk. All right, you're done. We'll go cool off, go chill. Next up, we have so and so. Man, CM Punk's crazy tonight, right, folks? Ooh, can't wait to get him tested up out there in the ring. That's how they
I think they should have cut it. I do agree on that.
Yeah, then it all started. But like I said, this all started day one. Like I said, I always said, if you go back and watch the footage from Being the Elite, behind the scenes, when he's going up the stage for the first time in Chicago, like you just see the Bucks and Omega like ooh, and they're like, wow.
Well, that was it.
Then he goes in his feud with Hangman Page. Then he
BTEs, they've always been like that. It's a comedy show, dude.
Yeah, they've always done that. I can agree with that. I can agree with feeling that, and I can see where you would say that, but at the same token, that's a.
Yeah. It hasn't aged well. I agree.
Yeah, going back looking at it is like, oh,
it hasn't aged well. I know, but I actually cannot wait for BTE to come back though.
Ain't it like being
some backstage unhappy with Rock causing plan change for some coming back?
Yeah, like Rusev.
But anyways, yeah, but it's like it was all leading up, and it's
and Aleister Black.
Aleister Black, I see coming back at WrestleMania or something like that, or after WrestleMania.
I think he's gonna come back right after Elimination Chamber.
And what do you think about speaking of? What do you think about Ricky Stark's new name, Ricky
Saints?
I mean, he's from New Orleans.
More like from New Orleans, so I kind of get it. Maybe there's some.
Yeah, but I'm calling it more like Ricky Aints.
Well, I mean, I get you. I mean, I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from, Phil, and I get where Ricky Starks come from, even though he went on Twitter and on a couple of podcasts and a couple of interviews talking about how he and WWE came to the terms of changing his name because new place, new name, new everything, new beginning.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I get it. And he want to pay homage to where he's from, which is New Orleans, and New Orleans has the Saints. It would be stupid to call himself Ricky Pelicans. I'm just saying.
Ricky Pellies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be real, dude. That'd be really stupid.
Say Pellies with all capitals.
Ricky Pelicans. Could you? I mean, it's like, or he called himself the Ricky Flamingo or Ricky Audubon or whatever, man. But I agree with him calling himself the Saints, giving himself, actual ties to the city of New Orleans, and that's cool. I think it's cool. However, I don't like his gimmick because he did it in NWA, he's did it in AEW, and now he's doing it in NXT. If you're going to bring a guy in and you're going to make him feel different, you're going to make it feel special.
So treat it as from basic cable to TV cable to national regular TV.
Yeah, I mean, let him be like he wanted to be whenever he was on the Indies and speak his fucking mind, dude.
And like an NWA.
Well, NWA, he got him canned, and that's why he went to AEW. And then AEW didn't like the fact that he has what they call he has foot and mouth disease. He really does, and it's not a bad thing to have because of who he is and what he does for a living, but it is kind of trouble. It can cause a lot of people to really, really take a side eye to you. Like when
I heard there's a lot of few people backstage that really were glad that Ricky Starks was gone.
Well, I mean, here's the funny fact. Here goes some more AEW hate right now, and I'm not trying to hate on them. There is a big lawsuit filed against them on the 14th.
Oh, yeah, and CM Punk, too.
Nick Namath, or not Nick Namath.
Brian Namath.
Brian Namath.
Right. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I saw the
That's
lawsuit
awesome.
and it looked ridiculous. The paperwork, it looked stupid.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense because Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk had a lot of beef in WWE.
Oh yeah. Side note, my buddy Country right here. He was ringside at AEW this past week. Or last Dynamite for Dynamite and Collision. So he was there.
He's learned
Coming
from
up
Leo
for
Rush
this
never causing problems for himself.
Yeah, he was this past the Phoenix show. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the Phoenix show is in May, man. That's going to be in May.
That was last week.
May. I have basically ringside seats for Double or Nothing.
Oh no, yeah, he has ringside seats for Double or Nothing. I'm talking about the show. Last week.
I agree, Jordan. I mean, it's for Ryan. This is a sad hill to die on.
Well, I mean,
yeah. And,
look here, man. Look.
Well, actually, here, Country. Since you're on right now, what was your take on the segment with Megan Bayne and Thunder Rosa? Since you were there,
yeah, that would be.
I want to hear your takes watching that live.
Dude, that'd be awesome to know. Like, what the fuck just happened? Like, they go in business for themselves?
Yeah.
I did hear some other things about that whole situation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we're waiting on that, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. The Nick Namath, Ryan Namath thing. Well, Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk had run-ins whenever CM Punk was there the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan had run-ins with Punk while he was in AEW. And the crazy thing is, Ryan never worked for really AEW. He was working Ring of Honor. So why in the hell would Punk go out of his way to make his life a living hell?
I mean, hell, he was barely on TV when Punk was in the company, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he had a little the last time I seen him was during basically the pandemic when he was doing all them little vignettes and everything. Then after that, I haven't heard hide nor hair. They said it looked bad. Rosa was trying to scare them off, and it seemed scared them off. It seemed, but it seemed like they just forgot what they were doing.
Here it is. According to Fightful Select, internal resources indicate that miscommunication between coaches and producers may have resulted in unclear direction regarding positioning reactions during the Rosa Bayne Ford segment, which has been since addressed and resolved without any lingering issues. Case closed.
Yeah, but
yeah. Which that was even cooler though, because that's when he won the.
I'm just glad there was no back. I'm just glad despite the miscommunication, there was no backstage heat. There's no bullshit behind, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, it was more like just like a what the fuck's going on here?
So
it could have been worse. That's all I can say.
But see, this is what I was told, or what people were telling me, dude. It's just like they went in business for themselves because Thunder Rosa already has backstage heat for working with Busted Open Radio, and you know how they're very, very constructive or very, very critical on some of the assessments they have against AEW.
More like bias.
Yeah.
The best match was the Kid versus Butcher. Ooh. It's a physical match. I'm a mark for the Butcher though.
Oh, dude, you just seen that Gabe Kidd and Kenny Omega match at Wrestle Dynasty.
Wrestle Dynasty, yeah.
You almost said Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, yeah, Wrestle.
Well, it was day 2 of Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom weekend. For me. Wrestle Kingdom weekend, dude. Let's just be real. But the thing about it though, man, is all this shit's coming out about all the backstage, all the negativity going on from Megan Bayne, Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford. Yeah, it was. It was a brutal day. But the only crazy thing about it, the only crazy thing that came out of that whole scenario was what people were talking about. And it got people to talking, and it got people wanting to know what's next, or is this something that they haven't figured out, or is this some kind of big elaborate scheme, or what? And who was the fucking producers, and who booked that match? That's the people should be fucking held accountable.
Well, it's the one guy that wears 5 hats, you know.
Not always, dude. They said, and I quote, that Daniels has a lot of leeway when it comes to booking matches. I don't think he books the women's matches. I think that's an Omega thing. And if that's an Omega thing, then Omega needs to be held accountable for that.
I don't think
Literally accountable.
I don't think, does he book the women's matches? Like,
well, at the beginning he did.
Yeah, so I've never heard.
I don't know about now.
I think someone else books the women's matches. I gotta check that out.
You know what? I'm gonna ask AI of Google to tell me who does it.
The AI of Google.
Dun 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 dun.
But I know Gould has a lot. Yeah, well, he has a lot to do with the training.
He does he trains a lot of the wrestlers. He even has his own wrestling school.
All right, here we go. AEW superstar and executive VP Cody Rhodes. Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's blame it on Cody Rhodes, who hasn't been with the company in almost 3 years now.
I said quiet. I like that.
Silence.
Don't tell me to quiet.
Quiet. No, I'm playing.
Don't tell me.
Here, watch this. Name that
it
movie.
doesn't say. It doesn't say, man.
They're gonna name it. Who's all running the backstage and all that.
Maybe it's classified information.
Yeah, they don't want me to know. They don't want me to know things. They don't want me to know nothing.
Because you have a big mouth.
Well, I mean, if it's true, it's true, and I'm not going to sit here and post.
Well, you're an open book.
I am an open fucking book, dude. I am the guy that you don't want to that comes to your show and goes, "Hey, by the way, I am going to be critically critiquing."
Dustin is very hands-on with the women's division.
Dustin Rhodes. Oh, that.
That's whenever we say hands-on, dude.
Well,
the views of Phil.
I'm just gonna let Phil have that one, hang him out to dry on that. That's a hill you can die on, Phil. I
am not dying on that hill.
Dustin Rhodes, I mean, he should be held accountable. That's all I'm gonna say. Anybody whoever thought that was a great idea to do a thing should be held accountable. Yeah. Now, what they could have done, in my opinion, which would have been really cool, was have her go out there and then they scare her off with a chair. That which they did, which they kind of did. Mm. So I mean, it's like the heels actually scared the babyface for a change.
Right. But okay. So what else is going on in wrestling? I mean, I know we're forgetting something.
Well. I have some great news to share with you two gentlemen, and I was really trying to. Huh?
We're getting a raise?
Yeah, I wish, man. How much money are we making on W over there? That's the question.
Jack
I think we're still at 35 cents.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, February 7th and 8th, or March 7th and 8th, I'm going to be in Florence, Alabama. I'm sorry, Gadsden, Alabama. I am going to the Haas tournament.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to go see Dump and his crew up there perform the Haas tournament. Do you want to know who's on the card?
Who's on the card? Let's hear it.
Jonathan Gresham.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you want to hear another one?
Who?
Alex Price.
Jonathan Gresham, a.k.a. Mr. Jordan Grace.
Yeah, or Mr. Octopuses.
The
Octopus is puss.
Yeah, for real. No, I would never call him that to his face ever. I don't want to get killed. No, he's a great guy.
Dude, I'm actually friends with some of his cousins. I went to school with some of his cousins, so
Yeah, Jonathan Grisham's a great guy, man.
he's a nice guy. I'm a fan of his work. He's a great technical wrestler. I think he's a very underrated technical wrestler, and
Technical
I
ain't
love
the word I would use, man. He is an underused, multi-talented human being.
he's an underdog.
Yeah, dude, he is phenomenal. But I will say this: I will hump for New South real quick, so that way I can. There we go.
If we ever could have had him, Grisham versus Dean Malenko in his prime.
Who else is going to be at the show?
All right,
Good one.
I'm going to tell you. Hold on a second. Give me a second.
Speaking of Dean Malenko, his health.
Be prepared.
Nerd.
Give me a second.
No.
If we could ever have Gresham versus Dean Malenko.
Odin.
Let me help you with your chair, Grandma.
That's a no for me. All right, here we go.
Gresham's like 2 times the size of Dean Malenko.
Yeah, like for real. All right.
Josh, are you gonna go see Pantera? Yeah. Too bad he won't be in the mosh pit because his ankle's injured.
So, Josh, you going to see Pantera July 19th at the? Hell yeah, I'm fucking going, man. Shit. I ain't doing no pit, but yeah, it's like you said, I can't do no pit anymore, man. My ankle's shredded.
Grisham ain't that tall. He's really not.
Here, look. I want to show you what I'm looking at, gentlemen. I want to show you guys what I'm.
Who are you calling gentlemen? I'm just kidding.
Okay.
House.
Heart of the Southern 16, brother.
Oh, we got a couple
cheeseburger,
guys.
Cheeseburger. Max.
The Impaler. Whoever that guy is.
That's Odin. Son of Odin. Odin, whatever.
Otis Urungus? I mean, I don't know
No,
who the fuck
no.
I don't watch NWA, so I don't know who the fuck that is.
No, there's Alec Price there. That's Hunter Drake, Cheeseburger, Jonathan Gresham, Richard Holiday, Odin, Max the Impaler, Donnie Primetime,
Max will smash.
Raccoon.
What do you think about when Max types
CMD
on their Twitter? Max types in third person.
Wait, no, that's Alec Price.
I like how Max refers to himself as in a third person point of view.
Well, she's weird. So,
yeah, Spartan Arena, Gadsden Mall, Gadsden, Alabama.
Oh, cool. So, it looks pretty good. Good card.
Sharing this tab instead.
I remember Richard Holiday.
Who's going to be on the commentary?
MPF at.
I have no idea. See, Gold's front row is 50. I don't get front row because it's sold out.
MLW, great time.
I do have that.
When is the show?
March 7th and 8th.
You remember when Jacob Fatu was the leader of Contra?
Yeah.
I remember my buddy said I remember Rich Holiday, Alex Hammerstone, and MJF were stable on MLW.
I remember that too.
I wish I would watch MLW, but I guess I missed out on that.
Oh, they're still doing great and everything. I remember when that's how I figured about Jordan Oliver was when he was working with MLW.
Yeah.
He called Conan a clout chaser. I remember that promo too. I thought it was pretty funny.
Well, it's kind of true. Yeah, I've met Jonathan Gresham at the Ring of Honor show 3 years ago. Actually, I think it was longer than that. I think it was dude, I'm just gonna tell my age. It was 2015. So yeah.
Microman.
It was good until they pushed Microman. I got to meet Microman.
Hey man, I really
Go,
love
man.
how shit. What's his name? Not Zack Ryder. He goes. What's his name? Fuck.
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona. Yeah, there we go. Fuck, dude. He's hitting me a little bit, Josh.
The cloud is hitting you.
Yeah, clown's hitting me, bro. Woo. Anyway, so
man, close the windows. That weeds are getting outside is getting to you, man.
Yeah, I know, man. All the pollen.
Wow. Here's the breaking news. Vince McMahon rumored to be in talks with Fox for his new wrestling company.
Yeah, that ain't gonna go over very well.
Yeah, it's a train wreck. And besides, I doubt any women, guilty or innocent, would want after. I mean, the damage is done.
Yeah.
He's basically beating a dead horse.
Man, I'm not going there with him. I don't know anything about anything. I don't want to know
Even
anything.
Eric Bischoff was talking about it.
You know, he just needs to go to start doing signings at Starcades and just call it a day. You know, that's about
I sold my company to go out here and sign the autographs for you fucks. That's some good shit.
Hey Randy, my mom wants your number.
Hey Vince, my dad told me to tell you, you suck, dude.
But anyways, I got something in the mail today, or a couple days ago.
What do we get? What do we get?
Finally, after about almost a week and a half of waiting for it.
Body slam, dude. Are we gonna do like a video night one night? Like all of us jump on here and do like a
Dirk Benedict.
Yes,
his name sounds
Dirk Benedict, and it stars Roddy Piper in it,
and a lot of other wrestlers too.
Basically,
yeah, we were just talking about that, Justin.
Yeah, basically,
and it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna go well.
Basically, the premise is rock and roll and a wrestling company get together and host and do shows. So it stars Roddy Piper and a couple other known wrestlers in this too. So I think the Road Warriors are in this. Captain Lou Albano.
Never. He's never been to an SB ever.
Who?
It's Vince.
Vince is in talks with Fox. Oh, yeah.
We were just talking. I was just talking about that.
Oh, I'm reading everything late.
And you say I was time jumping.
Yeah, Vince has a lot of money to just get Brock and people will watch. This sucks, but I can't wait for next week. Brock kills people.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think pretty much Vince is done, man.
I wouldn't be surprised, brother. I mean, dude, this is the world we live in. I'm not surprised.
If he does anything, he just can't be on camera.
He was on camera with the Super Bowl.
He was there?
Yep.
I don't know. Was it where was it halftime show where Kendrick Lamar's doing that horrible performance?
You hated it? Oh man, I liked it actually. I thought it was pretty cool.
I didn't think it was bad.
What? Honestly, that.
Dude, he was basically dissing Drake on a like a big stadium.
They called him a pedophile on live television.
Well, I mean, he does in the song as well.
But you know what? It's like I always okay. Let me get on my little rant about that.
Go for it, bro.
Halftime shows should be entertaining. Like it should be wow. Like look at his spectacle and everything. But I mean, the most horrible one I think was Madonna. I think Madonna's one.
So it's like we're getting Sour Boy.
But
Sour Boy is coming back.
It's like, but honestly, I just did. I mean, I get the statements that he was making, but at the same time, is like,
It wasn't just about black people, though, man. It was about
No,
people being.
I know that. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I was like, wow, you became a Super Bowl halftime a performance just to this one person. I mean, I'm not. It's like I am not entertained.
I was. Dude, it's like whenever the Macho Man dissed Hulk Hogan on the rap disc. I was highly entertained.
Shit up. They didn't want to even buy that fucking shit.
I still listen to it from time to time.
But
And
anyway,
what about the
anyway,
green chili Hulk
know what
Hogan?
we need to do? We know what we need to do. We need to find the trailer to this and we'll fucking watch it. Heck,
We did.
you know what? We could probably do a movie. You know what?
That's what I was just thinking.
You can probably find a full movie on YouTube on this.
Body Slam. We should definitely do a review on it, like wrestling movies. You know what we also should do a review on?
Hell Comes the Frog Town. Please tell me you watched it, Mike.
Huh?
What?
Hell Comes the Frog Town.
I haven't seen it yet, bro.
We could do a review on No Holds Barred as well.
Phil?
Oh shit, man! I have not watched that movie.
How cheesy and awful it is.
Look what I'm eating, gentlemen.
Let's see. Your
Your reviews are sour.
Let's see. Halftime show should be that one they did at Denver Broncos game once.
You got to remember, Jay-Z books the SB halftime acts in modern day, and talent pays to play.
Okay.
That's even stupid.
But all right. So what else? What else is going on in the world? I know something is missing. It's like I know we talked about a lot, but I know something's missing that we were that hasn't been talked about yet.
TNA?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Elijah jammed out with Joe Hendry on TNA last week.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty good. Pretty good segment they did. It was pretty funny.
No Holds Barred and versus Ready to Rumble.
Dude, you can do what you want. Ready to Rumble was a shit.
It was a funny movie. I liked it where David Arquette was funny. He says, in the Brittany Bear ass buffet, the Red Hot Special.
I'm gonna look something up.
Rose McGowan was pretty hot too. What did you say, Sasha? One of the Nitro girls.
Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, one time I actually said this about Mina. One time I said she's a breath of fresh air. She's a breath of fresh air. I don't see you guys disagreeing with me on that.
Tonga Kid was in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I see a trailer.
For what?
I'm looking for the Body Slam.
I'll tell you, one of Roddy Piper's best movie he ever did was.
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
No, I thought it was They Live.
Oh, they live, but
I remember Comes to Frogtown. I saw that. It was good.
Okay, by next week, next show, not tomorrow's show, by next show, you guys have to watch Hell Comes to Frogtown.
I've watched that a few years ago. I thought it was pretty good.
The question is, where is it being streamed at? Because I don't want to pay for it.
Probably on Shudder or something.
I'll give you a link. Hold on, I'll send you a link. Hold on.
Send me a link too.
Oh my god.
You can smell rain. Your country is hell. It was just a quote one of my friends posted. Trying to look for some wrestling news. In fact, let me go on Twitter and find out. And no, I still refuse to call it X. Fuck you, Elon Musk.
Hey.
Well, I will say this too.
No, no political. No
That's all
politics.
I'm going to say. Fuck Elon Musk for changing Twitter to X.
There ain't nothing about politics. Fuck that.
I just don't like him. I just don't like the fact he changed Twitter to X. I don't like it. I'm just going to call it Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I found it. I'll send you a link where you can watch it. Free 99.
Wow. Is it free 99?
Free 99.
Hell yeah. Who's watching Queen of the Ring?
Did that come out yet?
Nuh-uh.
I can't wait for it.
Is it coming out of the theaters or is it going straight to stream?
Well, I understand it's going to be in theaters.
Oh yeah,
Who's in that? Is that Charlotte Flair in that? Who's in that?
Oh yeah. Apparently, also did you
what's
hear?
her name? The AEW champ. Tony Storm. She's in it. I don't know. She's playing.
Apparently, there was another botch that happened on SmackDown, and apparently, it went from Tippy time to
Nippy time. There you go.
No, I was going to say titty time.
No, nippy time. Sounds better. Print the shirt. Nippy time.
Came out?
Oh, yeah. Well, one was live. The other one, it was blacked out.
Netflix probably got the uncut version. The international got the uncut version, while USA got the. From Wrestling News and
sent you some links, so you got some homework to do over the weekend.
What do you guys think of? Oh, apparently, what do you guys think about that? About that one wrestling company called Soft Ground Wrestling in Uganda? Cody Rhodes finally got them a ring.
I thought Ospreay was.
What's the story, Phil?
I thought Ospreay was getting on the ring.
Apparently, Cody got him a ring first. That power bomb. Gala Trophy out here in Uganda in the Pearl of Africa using a brutal power bomb to decimate opponents. What do you think, Kevin Nash, Dave Batista? They still, even though they have their own ring and everything, they still want to use they still want to wrestle in the soft ground.
What's wrong with Elon? Okay, I'm reading some of the comments, getting called up here. Elon,
Cody got this wild ass titty time. They still use the soft ground, for soft ground matches because that's how they started. Just like a muddy ground with dirt.
So there's a photo out there right now, and I saw it on Facebook and everything. And actually, I think it would be a good idea if they did this. If Cena wins the Elimination Chamber, he should come out as Peacemaker and Cody Rhodes dress up as Homelander for WrestleMania.
That'd be funny.
Shit, look what they did.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
I can see they've been watching some deathmatch wrestling as well.
Who?
Soft Ground, SGW.
SGU?
Yeah, SGW, yeah. Soft Ground Wrestling.
From Uganda?
Yep. Cody got those. Well, yeah, they did, Jordan. They did. I mean, they even had one. Wonder what their career longevity will be like. Those guys fight like it's ECW moves nonstop. Well, they're young. Some of these kids are like in their teens and 20s. So, I mean,
Man, do they even have a building to put the ring in?
it's all outside. They protect it they protect the ring though with like a tent and stuff when it rains.
It rains out there?
It's Africa. It's a tropical climate. It's Uganda.
Oh, okay.
It has a rainy season.
So they have to cover the ring up with like tents and everything.
Can't do no more.
Half of them going to be crippled by 25, 30 by 30 then. Well, I don't know. They've been getting some trainers, so they've been getting some trainers over there to help them they've been getting a lot of help from a lot of professional wrestlers. So they've been learning
and people like that.
So I don't know, Jordan. They're not going to be crippled or anything. They're actually learning actually the actual moves.
All right, so I did watch a thing. I watched the latest Hood Slam. Hood Slam.
Are we looking at cheesy shit? Good cheesy shit?
It's real, motherfucker.
Oh,
yeah. All I'm gonna say is where they were wrestling at in San Francisco or whatever it was, it was fucking hilarious. It might have been San Diego or San Francisco. It's one of the two. And Jordan Castle is hilarious.
I've heard some good things about Jordan Castle. Some good things.
He's not as good as our Bro Cephas was, but he's good. He's good.
Cephas.
Hey man, Joe Brody is the shit. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Joe Brody is awesome.
It's just the name, Bro Cephas. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of him. Just the name is the way you pronounce it, Bro Cephas.
He is our Bro Cephas, man. He is Bro Cephas.
It just tickles my funny bone, okay?
I got you. But no, seriously though, Jordan Castle, he's like, thank you all for leaving your fucking kids at home. Fuck them kids. And then he goes, you know what? Leads me to the next thing. Fuck the fans. And I love it, man, because it's so real, man. Like it's the wrestling phenomenon that should have never happened. And it's fucking hilarious. But if you never watch Hood Slam, I recommend it.
Ooh, we got 3 likes.
And the New South promotion that we're going to, me and my woman, I am going to be hitting you guys up.
We got 7 people watching today. Hey! We're hitting the big time.
But like I said, when we get over there to the New South shit, I'm going to hit y'all up Friday and Saturday night. So that way we'll all be able to partake, my good man, into some good wrestling finally. And I know. Speaking of which, when is your buddy's next show for Magnolia Championship Wrestling?
I'm about to look it up right now.
Right meow. Okay,
Right
cool.
now.
See, Josh, and then are you going to the GCW show in Chicago? Because it looks good, dude.
I honestly, this one looks interesting. I'm probably not going to buy a front row seat, but
Huge triple threat qualifier. Will it be Magnolia Championship Wrestling? I'm looking at profile now. Let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Mississippi.
Victorious Photography. Let's see. Huge. Their next show is at March 1st at the Lieutenant Eugene Bajor Drive. Same venue.
Okay.
They even having the Masked Grappler the Third there against Jesse the Dragonheart. You ever heard of him?
Up-and-comers. Okay.
They also have Cassandra Golden versus Vira Lestrange. Your friend Vira's going to be there. Our friend Vira Lestrange is going to be there.
Hey, Vira. Shout out to Vira.
Shout out to Vira, who's been on our show. So Muddy Waters and Alex Gunn and Steve O'Malley is going to be there. Matty Ice versus Thaddeus Collins. Travis Mason versus Lash LaFlair. Flex Cannon and Jay Carter versus Brian Baudelaire and Ryan
Hold
Razor.
on, back up. Did you say Charles Mason?
Travis Mason
I'm
versus
about to get
Ryan
excited
Razor.
for a second, man.
Oh damn! I thought I saw the laptop moving up.
Magnolia, is that in Mississippi? Yes, it is. This is a local pro wrestling show. Pro wrestling in my environment. Damn
Reset.
it, Josh. That's Saturday.
Yeah,
I think I'm off that day.
hit him up. Where's it at exactly, bro?
At the same venue like the Lieutenant Eugene Murder Drive, same place where DCW used to play before they got kicked out.
Oh, the VFW?
Yeah. Mason.
I got him. I know.
Oh no.
Hey, man, hey, you know what? That's going on. Dude, that's great. Everybody needs to see that.
Oh.
Travis Mason and Walter Dixon. Oh, Mason Dixon. The finishing move
I'm
is
trying not to laugh at that, but
That's good, dude.
it's
That's
sad
good.
thing that those two of those rounds, I think, are not even. Oh God!
This
Mississippi gets we get
this
my state gets enough of that shit already.
Oh man, that's good. That's good shit. As Vincent Mann would say, that's good shit. You know, that's
That's
really
good shit.
No, it's not. It's awful.
That's
fucking
funny.
hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. I don't care. I think it's great. And if they don't steal that, dude, they need to do something with it. Call them anything's better than called the Duck Boys. Stand up and boat up, and they fight, and they have their sister fluffed up.
You know what's crazy? The Masked Grappler kind of reminds me of Mr. Wrestling, though.
Well, they have a bunch of DCW stars at that show, so it means they're working together.
Well,
So that's why your friend doesn't. Your friend doesn't like him.
Huh?
So that's why your friend doesn't like him.
Who?
MCW.
My friend?
The wrestling friend?
Oh, Gato?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
That is not the reason.
Okay.
Gato's beef with him is something that him and, like I said, man, that has nothing to do with me, dude. And like he even thought I was gonna go back and tell him. I'm not going back and tell him dude nothing, man, because that has nothing to do with me. I was legitimately asking for my own bit of knowledge, and I got my dirt, and I kept my dirt, and that's exactly what it should be about, you know. And if that was public knowledge of what they were doing, what they were beefing about, then it would be for everybody's knowledge. But this is something that I don't even want even to discuss because it had nothing to do with anything but that's their shit.
Wrestling had talent from WWF/E, WCW, ECW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, and more.
Cool. I don't even know nothing about that.
Yeah. But country man, one of these days you're gonna need to come on this show live.
Hell, everybody that tunes in needs to come on live sometime. And whoever the people are being silent, just know we thank you.
We're watching you.
We thank you. I don't care. Speaking of which, Sabu even talked? Hell yeah, dude. So the craziest thing ever is going on, in my personal opinion, at the Haas tournament. The reason why I want to go this year, I wanted to go last year more than anything because there was some big names there, and I know this year may not have the bigger names or whatever, but Jonathan Gresham is going to be there, and I think this might be one of his last independent touring, one of his last independent dates that he's going to be able to attend before he gets picked up by the WWE. But I want to go see him live, and I want to go and actually meet the man. And the seminar between Richard Holiday and Cheeseburger, I'm not going to attend that, but I am going to be happy for the people that do, because I think Cheeseburger has a lot of great knowledge, because he was also a student of Delirious. Everybody loved Delirious, man. Which
He
I
has-
really
he has- you know, he's married to what's her name? She's a female wrestler. What's her name? She's Italian. Will you stop?
I got this. Who is Delirious married to?
Google.
There we go. Liz Katz.
No, it's not Liz Katz.
Okay, that's what it says.
That's actually a cosplayer.
Yeah, yeah. Dirty Mind right there. I know who she is too.
Mandy Leon.
Yeah, Mandy Leon.
Yeah.
She's a good wrestler too. She actually wrestled in Stardom and Old School Ring of Honor.
Need a Ludwig Kaiser versus Dominic Mysterio feud. Kaiser
Whoever-
gets desperate calls.
Get Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser get just desperate and calls.
JBL involved.
No, that is awful. Justin, you are not. If I remember, you are not one of the bookers.
No, honestly, me and him up with some interesting bookings back in the day.
This is Vince Russo shit written all over it.
But that's funny though.
Wow.
Not to me.
Hey, you know what? That'd be great, because if he does get detained, I heard Dom was already supposed to be deported. So if he gets detained by ICE, don't that mean basically he has to stay there forever?
No, that dude was born in California, man.
Storyline, bro.
No.
I don't really know if they could push that envelope right now.
He was in prison once, supposedly.
Oh, that was bullshit.
Yeah, come on. It was like 24 hours. I did hard time on the yard.
It's
Dude,
the
I
tattoos I
couldn't-
had on my
Hey,
knuckles.
unlike him, I actually spent a few hours in jail, unlike him.
I'm not going to tell you how many hours I probably stayed there, but I mean, it was there for a long fucking time. Too fucking long.
Yes, I have been arrested once. That was 4 years ago, and it's over and done with.
I wish I could say that, Phil. God, I wish I could say that.
Oh God.
It was a misunderstanding, is all I could say.
All my stuff was done before I turned 18, so there's no record of it.
Come on there, Slaughter being an Iraqi sympathizer. Yeah, but oh my God, no.
That was under Vince McMahon.
That was awful. Because of that.
Well, he had some bad heat over that.
He
got death threats, bro.
Even lost his sponsorship with Hasbro and G.I. Joe because of that.
Well,
yeah, it was one of the worst
honestly,
main events ever. Worst. It was labeled as one of the worst main events ever in WWF/WWE.
No, honestly, Phil, when that took place, let me see, when did it go for happen? I was in junior high, so like what,
93, 94?
93, 94. So G.I. Joe was already off the air.
No. It was in 91 when that happened.
Yeah. He is right. Because WrestleMania 6 was 1990.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So,
And they had death threats. They
junior
had
high.
to bring down a smaller arena because of that daughter angle. Yep, Mania 7th.
Yeah. Okay. So that means G.I. Joe was on the air, and I just realized I just looked up the cartoon. The actual cartoon went up to like 94. So, and Slaughter was a big part of it. Wow, I'm surprised that aired.
Yeah, he was around in the early '90s, and because of the whole Iraqi thing, GI Joe and Hasbro dropped it because of that.
Yeah, but the cartoons were still going on.
Yeah, but they went out. They wrote Slaughter off TV though, and they stopped making his action figures.
He only had like 3.
But he was still one of the big part of the GI Joes and everything.
On the cartoon.
He was one of my favorite characters, even in the movie from the '87 movie that came out.
Yeah, honestly, I do think that's true. They need to
Serpentor was moved
with storylines and get people mad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll tell you another storyline that not aged well: the Harry Beaver cleavage.
Cobra Commander had the helmet and Serpentico.
Serpentor, not Serpentico. That's the rest.
And it Serpentor.
Yeah, he was like You're talking about the mass jobber in AEW / Ring of Honor, part of the Spanish announce team.
Which I didn't understand Serpentor having cobras on his shoulder pads and had the big cobra helmet. But my favorite was Destro. There was 2 Destros. Do you remember that?
It was the silver Destro and the gold Destro. Yeah, that was the same guy. Just wore a different helmet.
Yeah.
I also like
different outfit too.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite members of Cobra was Storm Shadow.
I was a Snake Eyes Storm Shadow fan, but I like the Dreadnoughts.
Who's your favorite Dreadnought?
Zartan.
Of course, Zartan.
Road Pig, motherfuckers.
Road Pig.
You know what's kind of funny though? I remember back when ELP was a Bullet Club, he looked like one of the members of the Dreadnoughts.
Okay, how about Gunther versus Penta for the?
No.
Actually, that'd probably make more sense. But then again, it's like Gunther's a foreigner too, so won't they both get deported?
I have work visa.
So it's Penta. So
he's not real.
God. Oh shit. Country, I miss you, man. I missed you. It's been my good friend for a long time, man.
So who do y'all think is going to sell their soul to dethrone Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania?
Oh, God. Well, first we got to figure out who's going to win the Elimination Chamber.
CM Punk?
No, I don't want him to win. Nor Logan Paul.
No, Logan Paul ain't going to win.
Who knows, man? They might fucking push that fucking generic fuck.
God, who else is in the match?
You got Punk, Paul, Rollins, Cena.
I want Cena to win.
Drew McIntyre. And
I don't see Drew McIntyre winning it again. As much as I would like Cena to win to see the Homelander versus Peacemaker type of thing, I don't think they're going to do Cena like that. Cena's going to go out with a good ass match at WrestleMania with somebody. Logan Paul ain't gonna be pushed. He is not championship material.
Dude, look.
Unless they want to generate some heat.
I'm gonna say this.
The only two options are Rollins and fucking Punk.
McIntyre.
I don't see them pushing McIntyre again.
Or the
So
briefcase.
it's gonna be either Rollins.
Who's the briefcase?
Money in the Bank, bro.
Well, that's after WrestleMania. Money is the Bank. So, and all the briefcases have been cashed in. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the male?
The male briefcase winner was Damian Priest.
That's right. Okay.
And the female winner was Tiffany Stratton.
What if Cody versus Rock and Cody retains, then Cena wins against whoever is the other champ? Well, Gunther is the World Heavyweight Championship, so
I really see him losing the title to Jay.
I think they're gonna put the title on Jay.
Did you hear what Gunther said about Tozawa?
And whoever
He's
faces
right. He has a point, though. I mean, look what Tozawa did. He went from a great high flying wrestler to basically a clown.
Yeah. I think they're gonna put the belt on Jay, and whoever going against Cody, Cody's gonna lose at WrestleMania, and whoever's winning it is gonna do a big heel. Gonna be a big heel because they're gonna sell out to The Rock.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be Punk because he's gonna have the help of.
And Punk could be a big heel.
I believe this is what's going to happen. Heyman's going to turn on the tribal chief, and then he's going to help Punk. And then that's going to help feud the next storyline between Punk and Roman Reigns.
That's true, yeah. Shit, has even Roman Reigns even have a match yet?
He was in the Rumble.
No.
Bring back Brock. No, we don't need. They don't.
Brock Lesnar.
They don't need.
You know what, dude? The only company that needs Brock Lesnar right now,
it's whatever beef company he's working for. That's about it.
Maybe CZW.
They don't even have the. They barely have the budget to pay Nick Gage. And crack.
Oh, here's another thing I found out. What was it?
All right. So, while Phil was thinking about what he was thinking about, the only other thing I know that we could talk about is something that's very close to coming up, and it's right before WrestleMania.
Their Revolution's coming up too.
Yeah, it is coming up.
March 9th.
What is it?
AEW Revolution.
Who?
AEW.
Oh, that shit show? No, I'm good.
The views of Mike do not reflect the views of things of Phil and Tosh.
I don't know about that, man.
And dude, it's getting close to being a shit show, bro. And dude, I'm being honest about that. I mean, it's a shit show right now, Phil. As much as I hate to say it, it is a fucking shit show. I have lost dude. I haven't watched AEW in 2 weeks. I haven't watched any wrestling in 2 weeks. I watch more WWE than I have of AEW, and that's coming from me. That's saying a whole fucking lot.
Yeah.
Has WWE been all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
It's legit. It's what AEW should be. I'm not shitting you. Oh, we want to be different. No, you want to be stale. There's a difference between different and stale. You are not. Put it like this, man. If we're talking 90s punk bands and we're talking about back in the 90s whenever Green Day was Green Day, that's WWE right now. And then all of a sudden, hey, the next best thing is Blink 182. They shit the bed.
That's our worst factor ever.
Huh?
Story-wise, WWE's leader of the story for story cares. That's the thing I don't like about WWE. They care about more of the story and less about the wrestling.
But their wrestling is top notch right now, and their storylines make fucking sense. And it makes you want to watch the matches when they do fucking happen, because guess what? They keep the people apart from one another for the most part. AEW is like, I want to see you in tag matches. Who does that remind you of? Vince and fucking McMahon.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah. The thing about also WWE's cleaning up their the best thing about WWE right now is that they cut the promo time down
On every show.
Interviews and cut the promo times down. I mean, you only need
10 minutes.
10 minutes maybe.
I can't wait for the Death Riders to die.
It ain't just them though, man. I mean, you have shitty fucking factions after shitty fucking faction. Name one faction in AEW that you're like, oh my God, I'm really scared of. I can name one. Name another. I don't have to say the name. You already know the faction. Name another faction that you're like, you know what? That's a very intimidating faction.
The Hounds of Hell are pretty intimidating. Well,
technically, it's only a tag team now. It's not really a faction. So, with a tag team with a pretty manager.
Archer and Cage look good as a tag team. I agree on that. The Hurt Syndicate.
That is the only faction I was talking about, Phil. Oh, the Don Callis family? Give me a fucking break. They got beat by 2 people and they took on a whole fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
Not intimidating. Death Riders? Oh, we're intimidating in numbers, but your numbers are fucking weak, though, bro. You got 4 guys.
Honestly, it was good at first, but the story just died.
It died because it went nowhere.
It's
like what happened with the Devil storyline. We're like, oh yeah, dude, we're gonna get something good.
But then Adam Cole got injured, and so did MJF, unfortunately.
No, Punk got signed to WWE, and AEW didn't know what to fucking do.
Mm-hmm. I do agree with that. Archer and Cage are a good tag team together, but
Cody knew exactly when to bail out of AEW. Yeah.
Wow. Shinsuke Nakamura is doing it. And some guy said, Rakuman says the bamboo represents the next opponent's PP.
What?
Some guy says Rakuman, the bamboo represents, when he's chopping the bamboo, he says, someone decided to make a kind top. You're the choppy your pee-pee.
I don't agree they should have kept Punk. I don't agree they should have kept Punk.
Fuck Punk.
I do agree. Fuck the Bucks and Jungle Boy, because what have they done, man? I thought they were going to like liven it up, but we haven't seen Matt or Nick or Jack in months.
Yeah, you haven't seen Jack since
October.
You haven't seen the Bucks.
They were back. They were wrestling. They were wrestling in Japan.
Yeah, they did 1 match,
2 matches.
2 matches. That's it. And after that is like, yeah, they haven't done nothing.
They ain't done shit.
Like I said, it's like they said they don't got no backstage. Oh man. But here, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Managed by Riho. Dude, that'd be funny if she jumped ship to WWE as well. That'd be fucking hilarious.
No.
I really hope they. I really, 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 really wish they would push Nakamura more than what they have. Easily, easily, how you squander a Punk versus Bryan, dude. That was the golden ticket. That was literally the golden ticket. The golden ticket. However, Bryan,
ego got the head of him. And he's a little bitch.
I don't think it was his ego, man. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, Phil, and this is me being completely real on this whole situation. A person can only have so many bad days, and then one of them bad days, that person's gonna snap. It's sort of like you're going to work every day, and every day someone fucks with you and pisses you off, and it's the same person over and over and over again. They do it for months, they do it for a year, and you finally have enough. And you snap on them. Does that make you a bad person, Phil?
No, just like you get your butt bits, but still, still that person's going to end up getting arrested. Do something stupid.
The thing is, I've been a hothead before at work. I've worked in a place where a guy put a one of those box cutters right here to my throat. And bad things happened that night. But
some asshole put a boxer to your neck.
Oh yeah, legit.
But
this is years ago, man. This is like 2004, 2003. He thought I was the one that said something when I was walking by, and he decided that I was the guy that said it. Even though I wasn't, he thought I was going to back down from him. And I was like, I'm not afraid of you, bro. And then when he did that, and he's like, you afraid of me now? And I was like, no. But then we fought, and bad things happened. But I don't regret it.
He shouldn't have done that, though.
Huh?
To be fair, he shouldn't have done that.
But I was working for a company at the time, and so was he. And when he did that, I could have had two different reactions. I could have walked away and get jabbed in the neck, or B, I could have handled it the way I handled it and get fired. So I handled it the way I handled it and got fired. He got fired.
So you fought him.
It wasn't really a fight, Phil. I think I told you this, man. I'm not going to say where I worked at, but he left and went to the hospital in an ambulance holding his eyeball.
You shouldn't have got fired, though.
Oh, I should have got fired. I went above and beyond what I should have done. Already had him down on the ground. Already had him down on the ground, and I told him I was going to do it if he didn't apologize. And he's like, I ain't apologizing for shit. You know what you did. You know what you said. And I was like, and we had a good day. Next night, I came into work, and then they had a piece of paper I needed to sign because they even showed me what I did wrong on camera. They said I was not fired until I extenuated myself upon the person. The other person was fired because he instigated the fight. And whenever I walked out of that office, everybody was like, they called me Iceman because I didn't know what that meant. Still don't care. But anytime I see somebody that from there, like, hey, man, I remember you. I know what you did. And I'm like, whatever. It wasn't like I tried to do something mean. It was a reaction, and then it escalated, and I didn't know when to quit. And I got hurt too. I'm not gonna lie to nobody and say I didn't. I got a couple of scratches on me, but that was from 2003, though, Phil. Do you see my point, though?
You were young, dumb, and stupid.
He had a bad night, and he thought I was the one that caused him to have a bad night, even though I was an innocent bystander. And I handled the situation poorly.
Hey, man, I've had bad days too, but trust me, man.
But the thing is, when a person has a bad day, how many bad days from the same person can you have a bad day from before you fucking snap? And like Josh was saying, and I agree with Josh to a certain extent.
What do I do?
Nothing you did. Like whenever Punk came into AEW about the being an elite thing and how they poke fun at him and things, because to top it all off, Punk didn't want nothing to do with AEW at 1st. Didn't want shit to do with AEW.
He wanted nothing to do with wrestling.
It wasn't wrestling. It was AEW. Because Tony Khan reached out to him and gave him a lucrative contract offer. He turned it down, then worked for Fox. And then whenever his Fox thing went underneath, he went and stayed home for like 3 months and then jumped ship and went to AEW. And everybody was like,
well, the Fox thing was like right before the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So then that's when that deal fell apart. Then it wasn't like what?
9 million changes a person.
Was it 22 when he returned?
Yeah.
So a few years later, it's like, well, the bank's getting kind of light.
Yep. AEW calling my name. I'm gonna give him a shot.
Yeah, that's like what you just said. It's like 9 million changes a person.
Yeah, I mean, and if memory serves everybody correct, he's always been the person to mock the authority or buck against the establishment. Ring of Honor, TNA, NXT, or not even ECW rather, because he didn't work in NXT. ECW, WWE, ECW.
Yeah, that's where he debuted actually.
Yeah.
For before that too. Before he he also went to OVW before he signed with.
And Vince wanted nothing to do with this man. He wanted him fired. He wanted him nowhere near. He didn't want nothing to do with him. Paul Heyman went to bat for him. Paul Heyman put him on WWE ECW. Made him champion.
After what happened with ECW, with AEW, you know, how he handled it, I just lost respect for him.
But I mean, he's always been the person that's going to push buttons. He is the version of Miz that people actually were like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. You can do whatever and say whatever and be whatever, because the way RVD referred to him as
Hogan.
But the way that RVD referred to as CM Punk being the locker room leader, he's like, oh really? Cool. Well, we need to go check him out. Nah, I'm good. Like no one respected him. No one gave a shit. And then whenever he had his own personal dressing room because people did not want to have him in their dressing room.
Who?
Punk. Back in the first run in WWE, he had his own dressing room. Because just like in AEW, he had his own dressing room. And that rubbed
don't want to deal with him.
That rubbed a lot of people raw. They say Mercedes has her own dressing room too. Kind of a shitty thing to do if you have all these non-ego people in your business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you're going to have people like that, then why even have them on the card? Yeah.
Actually, he was there. Benoit was there when Punk was there. But then again, he was in the ECW, though, like, you know, and he actually did it. I remember he actually was on good terms with Benoit before.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't he in a tournament for the belt with Benoit? Then that's when the weekend.
Him and Benoit actually were on good terms until that shit happened.
Yeah,
they were actually on good terms, and he was.
Yeah, like I said,
just like me, you know, he was shocked. He actually mentioned. I actually checked out some of the Ariel Helwani. He actually talked about it, and he was still sad about what happened. I don't blame Punk. I mean, I like Punk for his ego and everything, but I do respect his beliefs and everything, and I do other things. But other than that, I just don't like him. I just think he's an ass. I just think he's an asshole.
Well, right now he's doing pretty good for himself right now.
He's doing great for an asshole. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's a dick. No.
Dick with a lot of money.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
See, that's what I thought. Yeah, they were supposed to wrestle at the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
And he no-showed. That was the night he died, or the night before he killed everybody, or whatever. Unalived. I'm sorry, unalived people. I'm sorry, not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nobody watches us, so. Where's podcast on wrestling on YouTube?
Setting up for that payday. And it's kind of funny. He says money is not that money. Guaranteed money is the worst thing that can happen to wrestling. And yet, who's getting guaranteed money? Punk.
Yeah.
All right, we got five people watching, and only 2 people commenting, man. And I know one of them is me on here. So, Phil, are you watching the YouTube?
No, that's a negative Ghost Rider.
Okay, so that I know one of them is me because I'm watching the YouTube live stream. So that means 4 other people on here.
Well, no, there's 2 people talking to us in the chat.
Yeah.
So you and the 2 others. So 2 other people are not talking.
Yeah. Say hi at least.
Hi.
Help us with our YouTube algorithm.
Give us more likes. Support our dubby shit.
This is sponsored by
Oh, damn. Oh, Benoit Bowflex been financed.
Are you sure it was both flex and not the solo flex?
That was wrong to laugh at that. Lord, I apologize.
What happened was it was a funny situation at the time, and after I thought about it, it wasn't funny no more.
Oh, Lord.
God almighty. So it's almost midnight, gentlemen. We got to do this again tomorrow night. So
we got to say some wrestling for tomorrow.
We got to watch. I guess I got to watch AEW. Fuck.
I am. I'll be happy to watch
we haven't talked about. So.
Well, I mean,
if it makes Mike cry, then oh well.
Yeah, dude.
Give me a pencil and I can write a book. Pretty much. Yeah, I agree with you.
For real. I can tell you everything that's going to happen on AEW tomorrow night. There's going to be a botch. There's going to be some missed segment. There's going to be some vignette from
I think you're being a negative Nancy, Mike.
I'm not done yet, Phil. There's going to be some good wrestling. There's going to be some great commentary. And then AEW is going to fuck itself in the ass because they're going to do something really stupid that they should never do.
Like put the main event first, the first match instead of the end?
As
Like I
always.
said, the views of Mike do not reflect the views of Phil.
No. Hey,
Josh Owen said no, nah. He said, yeah.
No, I agree with Mike on this one.
It's true, man. As much as I want AEW to succeed, Phil, you have to acknowledge that they're really
do better. I'm a little bit.
It ain't do better, dude. Name one match that you're looking forward to tomorrow night, right on top of your head, without looking at anything, without Googling.
I don't know. I don't know idea who's gonna be on the card though.
Yeah, here. I'll pull up the card right now. Hold on.
All right, pull it up. Pull it up, Josh.
AEW.
Phil would hate my wrestling. Your promotion would probably be the way Vince booked it.
You look like Tony Khan's doing it right now.
What?
See?
Come on, where's the card? Here it is.
I like random matches shows.
All right. Tomorrow, MJF appears live. Blah. Deonna Purrazzo versus Harley Cameron.
That'll be good.
Hangman appears in action.
Okay,
Uh,
man.
Danny Garcia and FTR versus Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong.
That'll be good.
Will Ospreay going against Brian Keith.
Before you go any further on that,
Okay.
that match you said, yeah, that'd be good. Why is it even a match?
Which
It'd
one?
just be a good match. They're competing.
For what reason? Make it make sense.
They're wrestlers. They're supposed to wrestle.
Let's see what else. Brian Keith versus Will Ospreay.
Hell yeah.
Then the main event, from what I'm seeing, is Konosuke Takeshita going against Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy. Well, they do have kind of a feud and everything, so that match makes sense.
For the International Championship Series, so I don't know if it's for the title or not. I don't know what the heck is going on.
There are stories, but if you ever watch, but Justin, have you ever watched New Japan Pro Wrestling? The matches can tell stories. It doesn't have to be like it doesn't even have to be like a 40-minute promo.
Okay, you're right. You're 100% right. Name one story that AEW has told in a wrestling match in the last 2 years. And if you tell me a storyline that's already been written, that don't count.
I'm still thinking because there's this one I saw. I guess being one that's already been written, you mean?
The only storyline that's going on right now that actually interests me is the feud between Strickland and Ricochet.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Honestly, that's the one that's interesting me right now. How they're playing it with the robe, how they're playing into Ricochet's. How he can't, I know he really can't do promo, but they're playing into it. How it is and how he's stepping up into that.
All right, look, all these what you're saying.
I agree. That was a good feud.
Name a wrestling match though in AEW. In AEW, just hear me out. In AEW, name a wrestling match that told a story. That wasn't part of a storyline. That wasn't part of a feud.
A match?
Oh yeah, it told a story.
Let's see, Minoru Suzuki and anybody.
No.
Punk and MJF.
They were in a feud.
But the
don't matter. They were in a feud.
They're in a feud? Okay, so you want a match that tells a story.
Because Phil said you can tell a story in a wrestling match. And I said, you're correct. You can. Name one AEW is told.
I'm too burned out to even know, so I can't say it.
A random match rarely does that. AEW hasn't done one in 4 years.
Ring of Honor,
the only one that they've done, the only one they did that did not have any storyline, didn't have anything, it had backstage heat. It didn't have a storyline, was Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, unsanctioned.
Oh, yeah. I was actually just thinking about that one.
That is the only match that made AEW tell a story.
I have something. I just can't think of it right now. I'm too tired.
But you see my point, though, Phil. It's hard. You
5-star. Hey, Jordan, this guy hates 5-star matches.
Who, me?
He hates the 5-star system.
I do. I think it's ridiculous. I think Dave Meltzer's an asshole.
Why? Because they didn't give 5-star matches to WWE?
No, Dave Meltzer sucks. I'm not a fan of Dave Meltzer. And it ain't because he's biased to any promotion whatsoever. It's that he don't have facts anymore. He has to run off of everybody else's facts and then piggyback off of them and try to make his statement more clear and more truer than the person who actually has
it. 5-star guys, not matches. AEW does have 5-star guys, though.
Oh, yeah. Ospreay, Omega, MVP, Bobby Lashley,
Okada,
Shelton Benjamin.
Oh yeah.
Takeshita, Brian Cage. The list goes on and on. FTR.
No, Triple A guys.
No, it wasn't. No, it will not. Edge versus Mox will not be good. I disagree. I'm not a fan of that. I think that is a terrible, 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 terrible thing to do. I could care less about
That could be great.
I could care less about Mox. Oh, I know they're building it, and it don't make no sense. It makes zero
He's
sense.
holding the AEW title hostage. He's trying to save it from because he wants. Because I think if you see the title more, it'll bring back prestige. You may agree with me, disagree with me, Mike. But
honestly, I understand where you're coming from. Still, I understand where you're coming from on that, but honestly, that should have happened months ago.
Michael looks like he wants to murder me.
With the AEW.
I just don't understand, Phil. How do you put it like this, man?
I just let it play out. Okay.
There's a title in this bag. Right? There's a title in this bag. You'll never see that title again. Then all of a sudden we see the title. And, oh, yay. Who cares? Who gives a shit? He's going to lose that title as soon as he wins it to Christian.
Hey, you were the one who wants that to happen.
He is our father who art out in wrestling. We all know that.
I told you that a couple months ago when once Edge was coming back. Once Edge is going to come back, he's going to win the title. And once he wins the title, Christian's going to come out and take it. I already called that months ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's written on the wall, and if they don't go this route, then I don't know what the fuck they're smoking.
I also like that that faction that Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata formed. Don't look at me like that.
They made a faction?
Yes.
What's the name of it?
Was it PFF or something like that, or?
But they do in their story. But in the storylines they do a lot of like something out of a Tarantino film. They talk like guys from Pulp Fiction. It's pretty good though, and they beat up guys afterwards. It's pretty funny.
Basically, there are three guys that beat the shit out of people. That's it.
Oh, you mean like the Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah, but
except it has more
lighter. They have
more like they have like dialogue like in Pulp Fiction. You know, like how before Travolta and Sam Jackson, before they go kill those guys and get Wallace's shit back and everything. They talk about fast food, random conversation you and your normal friends would have. That's what Joe and Hook have.
Good night, everybody.
Mike, you're such a negative Nancy tonight.
It's not negative, man. It's something.
Negative Nancy.
I'm trying to wrap my head around it, Phil. I really am, but it doesn't.
You're not a fan of Tarantino films.
Are you crazy? I can name every single one of them he's ever made, bro.
I mean, last we saw, who else is there? They're trying to bring in what's his name?
Cedric
Alexander.
The way right now it's MVP,
it's
Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby.
MVP's their manager.
MVP is not retired. He still wrestles.
He wrestles. He's the only person to beat Josh Barnett at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Legit. He is the only loss that Josh Barnett has in Bloodsport. He's 10-1.
Like a couple months ago, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh Barnett's like one of the trainers at the Inoki Dojo now.
As a matter of fact, was it MVP just wrestled? What?
Yeah, it was a trio match.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
looking good.
See, if they bring in the Good Brothers, though, they can go ahead and get rid of Private Party.
I think they should get Leo Rush, but he's in a tag team now with what's his face?
Action Andretti.
Yeah, Axe and
No,
Andretti.
I am against Leo Rush joining the Hurt Syndicate. I am against it.
I like it.
No.
Barnett and Suzuki did. Oh yeah, speaking of which, they had another. TJPW had another.
Well, here's
DDT
the
had
reason
another
why
bullet
I'm
train match.
against it. Here's a reason why I'm against it. That shit, the Lashley and Leo Rush run in WWE almost damn near killed his career. Lashley. I'm like, first of all, I didn't even know he was a wrestler. I was like, who the hell hired this guy?
The dude is fast, bro.
Yeah, but the whole entire time, I did not even see him wrestle once. He got more beat up than anything with Lashley's title run. I mean,
that's because Vince hates.
It's lucky that shit didn't kill his career.
That's because Vince hates small guys.
And Leo Rush made chicken salad out of chicken shit. I really.
So that's why, as like I said, the Hurt Syndicate does not need Leo Rush. It does not need him. He's got his own. He's doing good with the tag team partner, Action Andretti, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he's doing good as a tag team partner with them.
Because you have Top Flight, Andretti, and Rush.
You're right. At least Leo didn't probably learn how to shut his mouth after going to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Private Party.
Yeah.
I don't think Cedric Alexander is going to join AEW because of all the shit that happened with Big Swole, his wife.
Well, that was like years ago.
Don't matter. Certain things happen for a reason, and certain things stay bad between blood, bro. I mean,
hell,
put it like this: if your wife got treated really, really shitty at a company you worked for that was rival against your company that you work in, and all of a sudden you were let go, and they're like, "Hey, here goes an offer." You think your wife is going to just let you go? Yeah, sure, go over there, you fucking hypocrite.
But at the same time, what has she done? Where's she at? I honestly have not seen her wrestle since she was let go. So she said she was mistreated. I'm like, it looks like more like she might be one of the ones that are difficult to work with.
Like Diamante?
Yeah.
But Diamante came back.
But shoot, I haven't seen her in a long time either.
She's been wrestling mostly in Ring of Honor.
Cedric Alexander?
But it's like I said, where's Big Swole at? Where's she at? She's not in WWE. She's not in TNA. She's not on the Indies. What's she?
35. Cedric Alexander is 35 years old.
So he's not that old yet.
Hell, he ain't LA Knight old. Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
No, we got into a discussion about that. You were surprised at how many wrestlers in WWE right now that are in the top right now are over 40.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
even Cody's about to turn 40 this year.
You know what's even crazier is that Matt and Jeff Hardy are going to be back in NXT.
they wrestled. They wrestled tonight. They wrestled today.
I'm sorry, I just like it when LA Knight does, when LA Knight does a "Let me talk to you."
I liked him better as Eli Drake. I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
Dummy, yeah.
Well, we should call it a night, guys.
We should.
Yeah, because it's getting late, and we need to have something to talk about tomorrow. Because I know we forgot something. Something's been biting on my back of my mind, and I can't.
Because guys, I'm tired. I gotta be at work at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So,
I gotta be at work at 7.
I'm sorry.
So if you're not down with us, if you're not down with Ringside Rants,
You're doing life wrong.
fucking right. And people, just so you know, we love you. But we're not food that you eat.
We're food for the ears, baby.
And also, despite we have differences of how we feel about certain wrestling companies, you know, I just let it. I just what I do is like I let it play out. But I understand why you're frustrated, Mike, but that's okay. You know, I love you, man.
I love you too, dude.
It
Does
just
anybody have a random thought?
By W Energy Drinks, W.GG, Ringside
Speaking of
Rant.
which,